Alright, here we are for another round. On the play this time. Possibly should have mulliganed that hand of that last game, but did not really work out too well for me. If I played Padim, I still would have just died. I guess I could have blocked with the Padim. Solid opener here. 2 Sanctums is nice. The second Sanctum is usually kind of irrelevant, but mostly because, like, 1 Scrap Trawler is good enough. Ooh, could be bad news here. If I can draw into a Scrap Trawler, though. Let's get a green mana. Another Citadel. Alright, well, if we hit... If we draw into a Scrap Trawler or a Battle Sphere, we just win. Which is kind of nice, which is, I guess, gotta be my plan. Because he's got an active Tribe Scout. How many things can I sack to still win? Probably gonna sack the Sphere at least. Though, what is the likelihood I die? If he has an amulet, okay, I was gonna say if he's got an amulet, then we're very likely to die on his 3rd turn. But we could still die on his 3rd turn. He did go bottom top, so it's possible he kept an amulet or something. Two scouts. Okay, it's very possible we can die this turn. Okay, let's crack this for green. Scrap Trawler. Prism. Oh! Okay. I probably should have played the Chalice into the Prism. It's probably better, though I have plenty of mana. So, we're just going to have to hit... We're going to have to not die. Then we're going to have to hit a Scrap Trawler, Mirror Battlesphere, or Emrakul next turn. Which I don't know if I'm going to live, though. He kept a card on top, which is I'm hoping it's just like a Titan that he needs and not an Amulet. But Amulet, I think 1 Amulet, if I remember like the old deck, 1 Amulet doesn't kill you. Usually. Especially when you're at 20. 2 Amulets kills you, and 3 Amulets lets you get all your Primeval Titans out of your deck. And attack with all of them. With Vigilance. Which is kind of fun. Also, you need to be careful because you could have like a... Maybe I should have played KCI because now... He could maybe have a Sonic Boom. A Pact of Negation, sorry. Which means we're probably not going to win. But I'm not sure. Like, usually the decks play 1, so... Hopefully he just doesn't have it. Also, I still need to hit the cards that I need. Hopefully he does something. I mean, maybe the longer he tanks, it's kind of weird. Like maybe he has a complicated line, or maybe he's just just short of killing me, or he's just like has to figuring out his optimal like play and search for next turn. Maybe he can like search in such a way that he can get like a Pact Negation up or something like that. Not sure what the odds of me getting there are this turn. I basically only have 2 draws, but I have a lot of cards I can hit. And a lot of my cards are redraws as well. Scrap Trawler, Battlesphere, Emrakul. I would assume that Crane and Stirrings both get me there as well. And then there's a lot of cards that redraw, so like half my deck are outs. Almost. 47 cards right now. I guess only 7 of them just straight win me the game. So maybe it is, maybe not half. 7 of them win me the game. Stirrings and Crane are redraws. He might just have a Pact Negation up, so it might not matter. Ooh, I like that he's starting with Serum Visions. He thought for a while, played the land, played Serum Visions, so he has to hit something, probably, to win. He doesn't just have what he needs. Though, at the same time, he can just hit a card that wins him the game, potentially. I wonder if Inventor's Fair gets me there too, actually. I think I have infinite mana, so Inventor's Fair is probably good enough. Because I'll just Fair for Scrap Trawler. And win that way. Nothing? Alright. Put a card on top. Draw? Ooh, there's Scrap Trawler. Okay. So that's probably going to be good enough. He could have a removal spell for Scrap Trawler, which would be kind of problematic. But it's definitely going to be the game right there. Okay, so let's start off by floating a blue, sacking this. I'm going to sack a Terrarian, get back my Mox Opal. Play my Mox Opal. Sack this, get back my Chromatic Star. Play the Chromatic Star. Float a green. So I have basically as much mana. I'm just maybe bottlenecked on cards, but I can always sack the Ironworks to continue the combo, which is one of the reasons why this deck is so good, is that the combo pieces are not redundant. Like, for example, the extra Scrap Trawler is pretty good here, because now... So should I sack the Scrap Trawler, or should I sack Ironworks itself? I can always return one Scrap Trawler by sacking the other one, or by sacking the Ironworks. So let's go ahead and sack one Scrap Trawler. I get 2 triggers off of it. I'm assuming that should be good enough. I guess I'll start off with Prophetic Prism. There's Battlesphere, so that's just game. I just got to build up a lot of mana. Shouldn't be an issue. Get that back. I'll just let my play do the talking. Pretty hard to fizzle. Like your ones get back. Make sure you just keep... Oh, I forgot to sack the opal. I was going to say, make sure you keep getting that opal back. But you combo so hard when you do that it's almost like it's impossible to lose. Let's play the Mirror Battlesphere. Sack the Sanctum. I think I should go through more of my deck. Try to hit my Pirate Spellbomb. Just in case he like puts 2 weird lands into play. Should I sack the Ironworks? I have so much mana. Nah, I think this is fine. Prism. Terrarian. See if I can get my other Battlesphere in play to ensure that he's dead. Okay. Get back my Opal. There's a Crane. Put more power in play. Get closer to the Pirate Spellbomb. I think I'll settle for another Battlesphere, though, also. I just want to really make sure he's dead when I have this extra turn. I guess on my extra turn I can combo. Surprised I haven't drawn another thing yet. Another Scrap Trawler. I guess 2 of them are in the graveyard already. I guess we'll see if this resolves first. I'm assuming it's all going to resolve. He has blockers. Like, he could be left with 1 Primeval Titan and then maybe somehow win, which is what I'm worried about. But I guess he just scoops to that. Didn't really need to be worried, but... Okay, so I think I want... Interesting. I think I want a way of killing amulets. Deck's just so bad without amulet. So I think I want Nature's Claim. And then I think that's it. Fatal Push is interesting. He does have like Azusa and the Scouts. So I think I'll put in 1 Fatal Push on the draw. Board out a Crane and a Stirrings because... Stirrings are just so good, we're not going to cut it. We'll cut a Chromatic Sphere and a Chalice. Do I want any more disruption? I could put Ancient Grudge in. Or even Seal of Primordium. But I think it's fine. I think if I put another disruptive element, it should just be Fatal Push. But the problem is the Scout doesn't necessarily win them the game. It's really the Amulet. So I don't want to put in like another card that just kills Scout. Because I'm also like basically goldfishing faster than he is. But slowing him down, especially for like 1 mana, seems pretty solid. So yeah, let's just run it like this. Stay pretty combo heavy. I could cut 1 more Crane, but Crane is just, it's kind of slow in a combo matchup. I don't think, the problem with Grudge is it doesn't necessarily work. No, let's actually put the Grudge in. The Grudge is kind of hard to cast every time on time. But I think that Crane is just way too slow on the draw. If I'm going to be using colored mana, I want it to be able to disrupt my opponents. And if I do draw Grudge, like it's kind of tough for him because I can plow through 2 amulets. So that could potentially make him just way, way too slow. which I like a lot. I like the idea of if I'm gonna draw a disruptive piece, I want it to just like hammer him in and ensure that it buys me a few turns, at least, which I don't think I think Grudge does. This deck has been pretty popular lately. The Amulet deck. I know that people have like holdovers on Moto from when it was really good, but no disruption, no parts of my combo. I do have Sanctum Battlesphere though, so if I draw, I only need to draw Ironworks. So I actually am gonna keep. A second Opal is pretty solid. Amulet. Okay, here we go. Third Opal, not quite as solid. I guess I'll cast one. Could be in trouble real quick. Though he doesn't have a Scout. Like, Scout Amulet is the more scary opener, right? Well, there's the Scout. So maybe I do want more disruption, like more Fatal Pushes. Because this is really scary right now. I need a land, so I'm just going to stir. I think I like Stiddle over Inventor's Fair. Just because I want to just explode once I have Ironworks. So I'll crack this for a green. All 4 Mox Opals. Okay, I mean, if I draw Ironworks, I have the game. And I probably need to go next turn, though he could potentially just win here. With the second Amulet, I think is definitely enough. Because he can attack for 20 with like double double Slayers, double strike. Okay. Looks like we're gonna be facing on a prime time. Yeah, maybe Disruption is just great. Like, without Summer's Bloom, I forget that, like, without Summer's Bloom, if you just kill their Amulet, like, their deck really doesn't do anything. Before, you could just play Summer's Bloom, and then you can just play a Titan on turn 3, which is, like, you keep that hand. But now this deck is just a different beast, I guess. So I think for the last game, I will side in another Fatal Push, and maybe even a Seal of Primordium. Which might be too much. This is definitely a matchup where Metallic Rebuke could be really good. Oh gosh, so I'm just dead to Rurok Thar then. So it attacks each turn if able. So I think I just play my Battle Sphere. Oh, frick. This deals me 6. That's pretty hilarious. I really wish I had an Ironworks. So I can go to 2. Deal with that. That's pretty funny. Has to attack. The question is, do I pop any of these spheres? Because if I draw Ironworks, I don't have to take that much damage. I don't have to use all my stuff either. Though I can go get a Scrap Trawler with the Sanctum to set me up for later. So let's just sack one of these, I guess. Chromatic Star. Takes 6. What? Oh, it gives me priority back, I see. You don't see this every day. That's why Mox Opal's just broken. Remember when they changed the legend rule? It's pretty disgusting. They changed the legend rule and then they just never banned Mox Opal or Gaia's Cradle. Two like really absurd cards that just got even better. I guess they didn't want to like ruin people's value of cards or whatever, but it makes little to no sense. I'm probably still going to just die to a Primeval Titan. But at least this way we go out with style. If he doesn't have a Primeval Titan, we might actually be able to win. Get a Scrap Trawler. Also, his spells deal him 6 as well. And he only has 1 land out. He only has, like, bounce. I guess he does have a Radiant Fountain in his hand. So he can play that. This is pretty hilarious, though. Because I'm not necessarily just dead this game. Like, if I draw into a... Uh-oh, that's bad. The fact that he's playing that and not the Radiant Fountain means he's got another 6-drop. I was going to say, if I draw into Ironworks, I'm going to win. Probably. But since he's got another 6-drop, I'm probably dead. But yeah, I was saying Opal's just so busted that it's just Lotus Petal. Like in any sort of combo deck. It's just so unreasonably powerful. Yeah. Is that game? That's definitely game. Well, I guess he could have the Slayer Stronghold in his hand. Which means I can rip, like... With my Terrarian, I can rip, like, a land and then... Krark-Clan Ironworks. That's assuming he's got the Slayer Stronghold in his hand, though. Which he is tanking right here, which is kind of weird. Okay. Like, I can survive, but the Rorikthar is still going to be in play. Alright, so that deck's really fragile. I think that I definitely want my other Fatal Push. He doesn't really have much disruption for me. So I don't necessarily think I even need any... Like, I can cut even another Crane. And that's it. I don't want to side in another... I think Seal's kind of slow. Because Amulet doesn't necessarily even do anything if they don't have the Tribe Scout. So I'm just going to run this. I don't really have a great way of dealing with Rorikthar, but if I just have Ironworks, I can just Battlesphere Emrakul still. And Rorikthar is very similar to Primeval Titan. Like, the Primeval Titan comes out and kills you. The Rorikthar, like, basically comes, you know, it doesn't do that much of a different thing. Like, yeah, it's, like, spicy or whatever. But that's what sometimes some people don't, like, realize with cards like that, which is just... I think it should probably be in his deck, because there are a lot of degenerate combo decks, and I could see, like, wanting to have a card that just straight wins you the game every time. Especially when, like, they're not always going to have Amulet with the Titan. And also the extra turn it takes could be relevant, but that's kind of like a lot of the times people build their decks with cards like that when your, like, normal combo is just kind of better. Hopefully we can get there this game. It's possible I should have mulliganed a hand with no disruption, but like I said, my deck actually goldfishes, like, I think a little bit faster than their deck. So I don't necessarily want to go way out of my way to have all this crappy stuff. Definitely have to keep this hand because I have my combo in my hand. I don't have enough stuff in play, which is kind of unfortunate, and I have no disruption. I think with this hand, I'm actually probably supposed to just not crack the star, because I'm trying to build up enough artifacts with my Ironworks. Not to mention, if I draw, like, a Crane or a Fatal Push, I actually need the mana. We'll see what we draw first. If he plays an Amulet, I'm much more likely to crack it just to try to hit Disruption. And we drew a Terrarian. So yeah, let's just crack this for green, I guess, because I really want to hit... Oh, I guess I could have gone for red. I should have probably gone for red, actually. That was a pretty loose play. Because I have the Forest in my hand, and if I drew my Ancient Grudge, that would have been bad. But hopefully this destroys his plans. And before he's got another one for just the typical Amulet deck. Also, what notable against him, this is actually, you basically do this against nobody, but you can play, like, usually you play Ironworks and Scrap Trawler, but next turn I probably just play Scrap Trawler. It saves me a lot of mana, and I'm kind of starved. I don't have a Citadel, I don't have an Opal. I'm very starved on my initial mana when I combo. So, but against him, they don't really have removal. So I'm not necessarily afraid. I'm not necessarily afraid of him killing my Scrap Trawler. And it's the same, and even if he does, I do get my Chromatic Star back, which is kind of nice. But hopefully we draw. An Opal would be the best. A Citadel would be really good in the next 2 turns. Even a regular land might be enough. Because I do have Sanctum Battlesphere, so like it doesn't take much for me to go off, because I can always like use the Scrap Trawler for mana, gets Chromatic Star, which gives me even more mana, then I go Battlesphere, then once the Battlesphere tokens come into play, I use my Sanctum. I use my Sanctum to get another Scrap Trawler, and just go off from there. He went bottom, top, okay. So I guess we just play Scrappy T. I could play Prism, actually, maybe playing Prism is better, just because it gives me a spot where gives me an extra draw, because with the Prism in play, I probably have enough mana to combo with Ironworks. It gives me one more draw to hit a land. Or if I draw another star or something, I can play it. So maybe that was a misplay there. But I don't think we're going to die. I think we have at least 2 turns. So I can take another turn off, potentially. And this is kind of the reason that I like Botanical Sanctum like seems like an obvious inclusion, but it's not necessarily a card that you always want to play because of situations like this, where you need a land to come into play untapped. Okay, there's Seal. Pretty annoying, but if he kills my Scrap Trawler, it's not the end of the world. Like the Seal was gonna do its thing anyway to the Scrap Trawler. Though it would have been better to have more artifacts like in play. If I went Ironworks then Scrap Trawler, he could just seal the Ironworks in response. Pretty scary spot here though, because he could definitely, well, he definitely, with the Primeval Titan, he's got the Sunhome in play. He probably has me in 2 turns. He's probably going to kill me on turn 5. His hand could be bad though. How many counters on this too? He is thinking. I guess you could say this for Ironworks, but it's really, I think it's not great for him if he lets my Ironworks resolve and then try to kill it, because then I can basically sack whatever I want. So the Seal is, you kind of see how like how good cheap interaction is, because look at this Seal. It goes from like a scenario where I win to he is like totally in this, you know, could potentially like double or triple. I don't like saying time walk, but like it essentially could just completely win him the game, because now it's going to be really tough for me. I have to like find another Ironworks. I don't have that many artifacts either. So it's possible I should have brought in my Seal. But to be fair, like if you look at this game, like a second copy of Disenchant would not really help me very much. I guess my Seal could force his Seal to go off. He's really thinking hard here. I think he should probably just wait. Like, you can always see what I do and then kill the Scrap Trawler. It's not like, there's not really much I can do to punish him with untapping with the Scrap Trawler. But I am like a deck that plays all 5 colors. So it's understandable that somebody would be kind of afraid. But this is kind of the nice part about playing a deck like this, is people don't know how to play against you. Like, I would be basically thrilled if he seals my Scrap Trawler here, because I just get the star back, and then I can, like, maybe play Ironworks next turn and combo the turn after. Just gonna play Prism. It's possible I should have played Star and cracked it. Looking for a land. Very awkward land. That's why we only played 2 Inventor's Fair. Definitely a card that is, like, really, really potent, but it's hard to play that many of for this reason. Like, look how big this is. I have to just wait a turn. I can't put the star in play. But I think I'll combo him. My worry is actually that he'll have a Pact Negation. But basically next turn we can play the Ironworks. Sack everything except for the Ironworks to play Battlesphere. 5, 6. I'll have to play this star out from my hand. But that's 6 mana, right? And then the star is 5 mana. And up to 7, play the Battlesphere. Get a Scrap Trawler. Probably should be enough. I'm almost like hoping for a prime time here, because it means I'll be able to win. Though he's played no lands, actually. So he could maybe... Okay. Sometimes they do the trick with Azusa where they get the Slayer Stronghold, and with extra land drop, 3 land drops, they can like bounce it, play it, give a guy haste. Okay, good. Actually, I was gonna say for a second, Aurora Thar could be problematic. So I think we're gonna win here on our turn. If I draw Citadel, Mox, any 1-mana artifact gives me more mana, which is nice. So I have a lot of draws. I think I already have enough to combo, basically, because we're gonna... The Battlesphere is gonna give us a bunch of mana. And we're gonna get another Scrap Trawler from our deck. And then I can sack the Battlesphere itself to, like, start the chain, get back Trawler. And then I think I should be good. Though I don't have a 0-mana artifact, which is the one thing I'm missing, which generates me a lot of mana. I don't think it'll matter because of the leftover Battlesphere tokens, but... I'm not sure exactly how many lands he's played. He played Gemstone Mine. It's not like he has an Amulet, so even if he can give this haste somehow, it's not as if he can have Pact of Negation, like get Transmute for a Pact of Negation as well. So I feel pretty good about my spot. He just has to line this up so that next turn. That's why I don't like the Primeval Titan deck whenever people played it. It's like you get your Titan into play, and then you're like in the tank in your deck, like taking forever, because he's got to ensure I die next turn and also see, like, he's got an Azusa, so maybe he can like kill me and also get a Pact of Negation or something like that. But I guess I can just focus on my stuff, see what I can do. So we play Ironworks. We sack 3 things. We sack Star, because it's 7 mana. We play Battlesphere. Uh-oh, how many lands has he played? Yeah, he gets the Teleria West, but he can't transmute it. We take 1. Alright, so that's definitely... Well, assuming we combo, and his last card is not Pact of Negation, then we win. Ooh, Chow. Oh, wow. That was... I mean, it's not a Mox, but it was almost a perfect draw. Click on the right thing. That always scares me. Ironworks. Does this resolve? Okay, it does. That should be game. And we get a couple draws off these as well. So I think we were very close to 100% to get there. I guess I want to leave this Prism in play. Another Ironworks. But yeah, that's super game. Super duper game. And I have 13 minutes too. That's very nice. There's an opal. I want to make sure I have lethal. He's got a Prime which I untapped. So I just need to get my other Mirror Battlesphere in play. That should definitely be enough. So I might actually have to go through my entire deck. Which is usually not necessary, but his life total is kind of high. Which is reasonably annoying. But we just sack this. Get another Scrap Trawler, and before we know it, we'll be really going off hard here. Get 2 stars. And in case something horrible happens, like we draw 5 lands in a row, I still have the other Ironworks and the Battlesphere to sacrifice, so. Play this. Play that. Oops, should sack my Mox first. I have so much mana that I don't even necessarily need to do this, but always right to practice. Play this. Just make sure your 0-drops are in the graveyard before you sack any 1-drops. Do another Ironworks. So we're like 100% to draw our entire deck, I think. Green. Ancient Stirrings. I wonder if I have my Pirate Spellbomb in my deck still. Okay, Star, Prism, Terrarian. Oops. Just lost 2 mana, doesn't even matter. Star, Terrarian, Star. I don't even really need to play these, but I will. Doesn't even matter. Just gotta go fast. Oh, nope. Thank God for that. Alright, I don't even have to bother with mana anymore. So I don't think I'll even return the 0s. Let's see here. Oh, Wellspring. Start again. Not going to bother with the 0s because I think I have enough mana. Prism. Sphere. Okay, sack. Just faster to do it this way. Sphere. Fatal push. Sphere. Kill that dude. Okay. Need to find this Emrakul. There's a spell bomb. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is just kill this prime time. That way he has to sack all his permanents. I do need to find this Emrakul though. The bottom, I know the bottom like 9 cards in my library aren't the Emrakul, so that should be helpful. Also, I'm probably not dead next turn now. This Crane could hit Emrakul, will be awkward. Doesn't. Okay, now I know the bottom like 10 cards in my library. Oh, there's the Emrakul. Okay. So that should be game. Did I not get the Pirate Spellbomb back? Fuck. I meant to do that. Nope. I keep F2ing into that. Even if I went into my second main phase, I could just go again. Kill that. Play Emrakul. My mouse is getting very squeaky after playing this deck for a week. Okay. I don't even need the other Battlesphere. Right? 9. Yeah, this is like a million, huh? Also have the Pirate Spellbomb. Luckily, in real life, this deck's like better because you can always just go to extra turns. 15, 16, 15 plus 8. Yeah, this is infinite. But he F6'd already. All right, so we got there. That's the combo. I got to show it to you. Very. I wouldn't describe it as clean, but it's very efficient. It's like impossible to lose. So, all right. Ooh, he didn't even let me try to misclick the attack. That is very gentlemanlike. See you guys for next round.